UH football team is riding a 4-game losing streak for the first time since the 2000 season, and once again a road loss came at an even greater cost. Yesterday, Hawaii fell to Idaho 35-23, in the process losing junior wideout Rodney Bradley for the rest of the year with a broken leg. Bradley underwent immediate surgery last night and will not return to the islands until later this week. The Dallas native had racked up 31 catches for 575 yards and 5 touchdowns this season. How you doing, everybody? Let's talk sports. So for a variety of reasons, it was a long ride back home from Moscow, Idaho last night for the now 2-4 Warriors. One of the bright spots, sophomore quarterback Bryant Moniz, who in his second start was 30 for 42 for 360 yards, a passing touchdown, and a rushing TD. This afternoon, we caught up with head coach Greg McMackin to get feedback on Bradley, Moniz, and yet another UH loss.
I talked to the doctors, and he will be able to continue his career next year. But you know, it's a sad deal. You know, injuries have changed the course of our season, and it's the guys that are still there and the Bryant Monizes that step up that really get you excited. He improved from his first game to his second game and has taken on leadership, and I thought he played an outstanding game. They're really a good football team, and they've stayed with the same guys since they were freshmen, and they deserved the win. They outplayed us. My full respect goes to them.
And it doesn't get any easier for the Warriors going forward. Next Saturday, Hawaii hosts Boise State. Broncos are 6-0 and ranked 6th in the latest AP poll. Kickoff at Aloha Stadium is set for 5:05. Speaking of Boise State, the first BCS rankings of the season were released today. The Bowl Championship Series standings are ultimately responsible for deciding who plays for the national championship at the end of the year. And right now, the Broncos are 4th. Florida is number 1 at 6-0, followed by Alabama, Texas, the Broncos, and Cincinnati. USC, by the way, is 7th. TCU out of the Mountain West is the only other non-BCS conference member in the top 10. They're at number 8. Last night, a grand celebration in Manoa as Rainbow Wahine volleyball coach Dave Shoji hit the 1,000 victory plateau. The milestone came in a 4-set win over WAC rival New Mexico State in front of a little over 9,300 fans at the Stan Sheriff Center. After the match, almost everybody in the stands stayed put to watch Shoji get honored by the university, the governor, and his players, who gave him a surprise silly string shower in acknowledgement of his achievement.
No one could have imagined this culminating like this. This has been an unbelievable. I've been blessed, and I've been really fortunate to be here for so long. And because you don't do this job alone, trust me. There's a lot of people that help you and support you and do things that have to be done. And I just write the lineup in, and my job's actually pretty easy. All day long I've been thinking, well, we better win this match. There's going to be a lot of people, but it feels really great tonight.
I like the crown look on Dave Shoji, don't you? Shoji is the second women's collegiate volleyball coach, by the way, to reach 1,000 wins. Andy Banikowski of UCLA was the first. Shoji goes for 1,001 tomorrow night against Louisiana Tech at 7 p.m. Philly.
Wow. How's it going, everybody? Following yesterday's 35-23 loss to conference-leading Idaho, Warrior football team returned home today after starting the season 2-0. UH has now lost 4 straight games and are 0-3 in conference for the first time in 11 years. Now, in the loss to the Vandals, UH defense gave up 195 yards rushing to Idaho and 3 touchdowns from running back DeMondre Woolridge. The positive for the Warriors, the play of sophomore quarterback Lelehua grad Bryant Moniz, who went 30 of 42 for 360 yards passing, 32 yards rushing, and 2 scores.
Bryant Moniz has come in and done a great job that really gets you excited. He improved from his first game to his second game and has taken on leadership, and I thought he played an outstanding game, and I'm really proud of him.
Now, the biggest loss for UH yesterday was that of junior wideout Rodney Bradley, who in the second quarter suffered a broken left leg that required season-ending surgery in Idaho, becoming the 3rd starter in 2009 to end their season short, joining linebacker Brashton Satele and quarterback Greg Alexander.
That's the way it's been. It's the really good players that have been hurt, and I really feel bad for Rodney. He's from Texas. His dad is flying in, but you hate to go to the hospital to see Greg or Rodney, or, it just, my heart goes out to him. I talked to the doctors, and he will be able to continue his career next year. but you know, it's a sad deal.
A UH trainer stayed behind with Bradley, who will return to the Islands on Tuesday. Up next for the 2-4 Warriors, 6th ranked and undefeated Boise State in 6 days at Aloha Stadium.
Tonight, the Warrior football team suffered their 4th loss in a row and their 3rd straight in WAC play. But even more disheartening was the loss of Rodney Bradley. Now, in case you missed it, the junior receiver sustained a broken leg on this play in the 2nd quarter. Bradley's leg is going to get caught between the defender and turf. He would require immediate surgery. Doctors say they successfully installed a metal rod in Bradley's leg, ending his season, but perhaps not ending his career. Bradley is in Pullman, Washington, still recovering, but Coach Mack says it will take a while.
How long is the recovery period for Bradley? What comes next for him in this?
Well, rehab, going to school. You know, I talked to the doctors, and he will be able to continue his career next year. And I really feel bad for Rodney. He's from Texas. His dad is flying in, but you hate to go to the hospital to see Greg or Rodney, or, you know, it just, my heart goes out to him.
Next up for UH is Boise State next Saturday. Coming up tonight on the Coach Mack Show, we'll break down how the Warriors stack up against the Broncos. Again, it airs tonight at a special time of 11 p.m. here on KGMB 9. Things aren't all gloomy at UH. Last night was also a celebratory moment as Coach Dave Shoji picked up his 1,000th career win. Here's a recap of the milestone in Manoa.
When I started 35 years ago, who could predict what this would be? 10,000 people here tonight. I'm making a good salary, and
Dave Shoji and Wahine volleyball fans had 1,000 reasons to be joyful last night after the 35-year leader of the Bows reached his 1,000th career victory. But as the accolades and cheers were directed to the man who led UH to 4 national titles and national prestige, Shoji redirected his appreciation with class.
If you think that I could do this job alone, you're sorely wrong. Players win matches, coaches don't. So give them all the credit.
I just think it's an awesome feeling to be one of those players who played for a coach who has 1,000 wins and to play in that game that gave him that 1,000 win.
In front of a crowd of nearly 10,000 fans, Shoji became the 3rd college volleyball coach to reach that milestone.
It's a little more overwhelming than I really imagined. You know, I didn't think there'd be this many people, and they all stayed for the ceremony. I mean, it really it touches me for sure.
But perhaps no fan stood out more than the rubber band man himself.
I mean, I tried not to look over there, but once I saw him dancing, I knew who he was, even though he was in disguise. But it's great to see him, and brought back a lot of memories.
Nostalgia aside, Shoji made sure to mention that on Monday, Hawaii will have to get back to business against Louisiana Tech.
Hope you guys come back Monday, too, all right? We'll make it a short night. The kids can go home early.
He's still feisty after all these years. Win number 1001 could come tomorrow night in the makeup game against Louisiana Tech. First serve flies at 7 p.m.